surface. So I think that is a cool way. It's kind of like more than just, a biography like my last one. It's more of kind of like actually getting into the story and what inspires me. And so I think that's a good way for me to get closer to my fans as well.
My name is Madeline, and my question is, who in your life helped you have a positive self-image?
Someone in my life that has helped me a lot is my mom, because she's with me, 24/7, and more than just being, just there for me in a mother way, which is the best, when you can just, hug your mom and tell her that, you love her and that she loves you back. That's awesome. But she's also been like my best friend. So it's definitely been hard. It doesn't mean that we don't fight and we don't go through arguments, but it's like, I can tell her stuff. And sometimes when I feel like I can't tell her, everything, she can find a way, because she can kind of sense it, because she loves me so much. She can, tell me, what's going on, and really sit down and have me open up. And I think that feels so good, because more than, anyone else in your life, you know that she's only there to love you. And so that's someone that's really helped me.
Hi, I'm Claire, and I was wondering, what is your favorite song on your new album, Breakout?
I have a couple favorites. My single, 7 Things, is one of them, because I got to be like more rocker than I usually get to do. I kind of got to scream a little bit. And originally it was supposed to be all soft and nice, and then finally I got in the studio, and I just started going nuts in the room, and so it turned out to be so fun. And then another one of my favorites is Fly on the Wall, because I like dancing to it. It's fun.
Hi, I'm Ryan. My question is, what is your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject, I really like, because I am a writer, I like language. I like the creative writing and learning about poetry and that kind of stuff. But a subject I'm actually pretty good at, which I don't like that much, but I'm good at it, I don't know why, is math. I was always really, really terrible up until I started being homeschooled, and all of a sudden I got really good at it, but I don't like doing it. But the only thing that I do like about math is, unlike any other subject, it always has a right answer. There's not you have to write it out, and if you said a different way, it could be, different. It's always just one answer, and so that makes it easier for me, is just to know that there's kind of just like a right or wrong, and there's no in between. So that's one of my favorites as well.
Hi, my name is Claire, and my question is, how do you find time to study with your busy schedule?
It's kind of hard sometimes, because we'll have to run in and do like a quick 20-minute school section, and then go out and be funny on the show, and be crazy and be doing silly stunts, and then run back and do like another half hour of school. So it's hard, because it's done in little pieces. So as soon as you finally get focused, which for me it takes a little while, so to finally get focused, it's like, all right, now it's time to go again. So it's hard. It's easier for me when I have, on tour, I had 3 hours in the morning, and then I got it just all kind of out of the way. So it's hard finding time, but the only good thing about being homeschooled is there's no homework, because you get to do it all. So if I can get it done in that, quick, 3 hours or whatever I have, then there's nothing else that I can just have my whole day to play.
The 7 things I like about you: your hair, your eyes, your old device. When we kiss, I'm hypnotized. You made me laugh, you made me cry, but I guess that's all I'll have to buy. Your hands in mine when we're intertwined, everything's alright. I wanna be with the one I know. And the 7 thing I like the most that you do, you make me love you.
My name's Kara, and what's the best advice that you've gotten, and who gave it to you?
The best advice I've ever gotten is my favorite quote: "A trying time is no time to quit trying." And my dad told me that. And I think it's because sometimes you start to give up when, times are super hard. That's the time that you always, want to back down. And it should be opposite. That's the time that you got to kind of step up your game and decide that you're going to, kind of go full force with it. So that's what I've learned to do. It's just when life gets, tough, be tougher, fight back.
Hi, my name's McKenna, and my question is, what's your all-time favorite song?
Of my own or different? Of someone else?
Of your own.
Of my own? For right now, it's see you again. I change it all the time, but that's my favorite because I like the dance, and I like that it was the first song that I had on the radio. And I think it's fun, and it means a lot to me. And at first when I was writing my record, it's really funny because I was like, I'm not sure about this song. Like, I don't even think I want to put it on the album. Like, I don't really like it that much. It's just okay. And then once I recorded it, I was like, no, I really like it. It's weird, but it's cool. And so that's definitely one of my favorites. And it's funny how it changed once I finally heard the finished product.
Hi, I'm Teresa. What advice do you give to other kids starting out in the business? Just
go for it is, I think, the best 3 words that you can tell anyone is just go for it. Because it's hard. You'll get knocked down, and it's kind of hard to, just be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. And I think also just always, give them advice, with make sure you train really hard, and mostly get yourself, prepared. Make sure you have a group of friends too to really support you, and even they want to do the same thing, and maybe that you guys can help each other out and work on scripts or anything, But I think have a small group of friends that are really supporting you, because then when you do get knocked down or something doesn't go the way that you thought it would, you have them and they say, but remember when you came to us and you told us this is what you want to be and you were so excited, don't let that change. And so I think just having a small group, and also, having your parents and your family support you too. So when you go home at night, you've always got them to, keep you going.
Hi, I'm Allie, and my question is, do you ever feel like you're growing up too fast?
I try to always, hang out with my girlfriends that are like my same age, and that helps when I'm able to hang out with people that aren't only in the business, but they're, normal 15, 16-year-old girls, and so they can, kind of remind me of what it would be like if I didn't grow up in this business. But it's hard not to grow up fast, especially, the work that I'm doing. So I'm always around adults, and so my mom is always laughing. Like when I finally do get around my friends, I'm just totally crazy, and like we're running around and jumping in the pool and, just hanging out and dancing, because I don't get to do that very often. So coming back to my friends, that reminds me, it's okay to be silly and crazy sometimes. That's always very nice and super refreshing.
Hi, my name is Shannon. When did you first know you wanted to be a star?
I first decided more than to, be like a famous and, do movies and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to do plays. So since I was like 6 or 7 years old, I was doing plays, but I never got the lead. So then I was like getting really, really frustrated. I was like, maybe I'm not this, maybe I'm not that good at, what I do. So I think I just kept like pursuing. And then once I was 10 or 11 years old, I did a movie, and after that I auditioned for Hannah, and I booked it, and then after that I was like, okay, yeah, no, I do like being on set, and I like what I do. So I think after that first movie was when I really decided I wanted to keep going, and once I found the Hannah Montana script, I was like, this character, I can do it, I know I can, so I just kept going. So once I got introduced to Hannah Montana was really the time that I decided I wanted to do this, not really before.
Hi, I'm Teresa, and my question is, where do you see yourself in music-wise in 10 years?
Hopefully, still doing what I'm doing. I love touring and I love acting, and so hopefully I'm still doing all this. But hopefully my music has, grown up a little bit, because each record I do, I get a little more experience. So hopefully 10 years from now, I'm still, gaining and still also, maturing with my music and just getting better. I think once you're, kind of stuck at one place and you don't allow yourself to kind of, keep, growing up with your music as well, I think that's, really important to do that. Is just to, keep going, and the more, you're working, just really listen and be taking notes. And so that's what I also try to do. If someone gives me a note, not just hear it for that song, but take it on with me, for my next couple albums. So hopefully I've learned a lot.
It was awesome. Amazing. She's really awesome. She's really nice, and she's really funny.
It was awesome.
I got my t-shirt signed, which was pretty cool. And I can't wait to see the pictures and the video.